Okay. So today I thought of explaining about the issue what I encountered for one of the production customer in OCI last week. Okay. So uh, what happened after our maintenance? We applied certain patches. Uh, in fact, it is EBIS database 12.2. Those who are working on e-business suite environment, 12.2, we apply the patches using Adobe utility and in a different phases, right? Prepare and all those stuffs. I don't want to explain about all those things. So then we will do the cutover. So everything went on smoothly and we released the environment, but customer came back saying that one of their critical table is missing. Okay. And so it is, I'm sorry, it is not missing. They could see some columns are missing in that table. Let me put it in this way. So before start our maintenance, um, it had maybe 24 rows, but after our maintenance, it has only 18 rows. Certain columns are missing. So we had a call with customer DBAs to understand, is there any way they can, it's a custom table, in fact, it's not a seeded table. So we had a call with customer, try to understand, is there any way we can, they can build the table, right? Instead of going for recovery. But they said no, we need the data. We can very much we can add the columns, but we need the data. It's a dynamic table. It's not a static table. So we were looking for some other options, like is there any way we can uh, bring those data, pull those data from recently refreshed environment. Recently one refresh happened a week back, but customers said no, it's not possible. We need. Then okay, the reasons for this column missing is because as part of the cutover, since customer has not defined their table um, as per 12.2 standard, it got removed. So cutover log clearly shows that as part of the cleanup, um, these columns got removed. That is a different story that customer has to fix because it is a custom. But now our task is, anyway, we have done the maintenance. We have to um, we have to uh, recover this table. Okay, that is a task given to us. So if it is a legacy environment, it is a bit easy because what we can do, we can restore the um, backup from the snap, and maybe we can apply the patch again, or we can release the environment. We can ask the customer to fix it, or we can take the backup of those table before starting the maintenance, and we can redo the activity. Then what is the problem in OCI? OCI here in our application, the file system is FSS. Okay, the file system is FSS. Okay, so file system storage. So in that case, um, we have a snap. There is no snap solution, like there is no snap solution at the OS level, right? So at the database level, yes, we had. You can ask me, don't you guys create the GRP? Yes, we did. We had GRP, guaranteed restore point. Very much we can go back. But what about the application? Application, we had snapshot. Uh, we had created the snapshot just before starting the cutover. But the problem is to restore from the snapshot, we are expecting based on our experience previously, it takes 5 to 6 hours. That is not acceptable by customer. Customer said, we have to release the environment, but only option given by customer is you can release the environment without this table. This table you can, you can restore it and give it to us. Okay, that is the option given to us. Okay, so what we did, we released the environment. Now we had a discussion how we are going to uh, restore this table. We had taken GRP. Anyway, we have everyday night RMAN is configured. It is pushing the files to object storage in OCI. So how we are going to come out of this situation? So various suggestion pour in, and one guy said, why can't we, refresh the production from the Arman backup, which got taken just before our activity. We will refresh that to the test environment, and we will, then we will export the table from the test environment, and we will import it. Yes, very good plan. Yes, it works. Normally, we used to do, for several times as a DBA. We used to restore it into, another node altogether, another node, then export it and import it. But the only problem is it's a 4.5 terabyte of database. So you have to restore from RMAN. Based on our experience, it may take more than 24 hours. Okay, so that because it has to pull the data from object storage. So is there any other way we can quickly complete? Yes, you are lucky if you are in 12.102. This feature is available only from 12.102. If you are in 11.204, it is not possible. Then in that case, you have to go with the traditional way of, refreshing the complete database, 4.5 terabyte of database, then export the table and import the table. But if you are in 12.102, you are lucky. But this is the first time I tried in OCI environment. So since we did it just 5 days back, it is freshly registered in my mind. So without any preparation, I thought of explaining this to you guys, how you can come out of this situation if you are getting into, if your application may be anything, you miss something, some table because of some human error or various other factors, how you can recover the table, what is the best way to do that. Okay, so if you are in 12.102, from 12.102, you have a command recover table. Okay, so I will briefly explain about this command, what it will do and what is the benefit because of this new feature in 12.102. Okay, so what we did, we connected to target database. Okay, again it's a multi-tenant database. So one of you in your comment, you asked me to explain about multi-tenant database. Definitely, in a coming week I will have some basic information about multi-tenant database. So it is a multi-tenant database. Based on by reviewing the MOS documents, we understood that you should connect to your CDB. Okay, you should not RMAN target / you should not give. If you are going to give RMAN target /, still you are connecting to a target, but due to some bug, you are going to get into some issue. So you have to connect to your CDB. So in the TNS names.orm, I have defined service name, here your DB unique name. Okay, just for security purpose I disabled everything. So here it should be DB unique name. So if you give your service name as DB unique name, you will connect to your CDB, not to your PDB. So explicitly you have to connect to this CDB. It is because of some bug. I'm not sure whether these bugs are fixed in the recent versions like 19C, but if you are in 12C, definitely you have to connect. It is better to connect even if you are in 19C. Why to take risk? Okay, log file. If you want, you can give. Okay. Then very simple command I will explain. Run block. This is I am doing it in the same production environment where we are going to restore this table. Recover this table. Here I just change the name and the schema. So custom.account. Okay, this is the table. Let us say customer want to restore from the backup of pluggable database. I have to give my pluggable database name here. Okay, so if you are if it is a traditional non-CDB database, you may not need this statement, but here OCI, I told you that you are in already in one of my session I clearly explained, if you are except 11204, your CDB is mandatory, right? So when you are provision, you are going to get only multi-tenant database, so pluggable database until time, okay, 18th April. Okay, this is just before we start the cutover activity. So until time, same like that. If you are sure about the SCN, you can give until XCN. Okay. Now, where I want to restore my data file, where I want to restore my control file, auxiliary destination, I am giving U01 restore. You can give ASM disk group also, but here, you know, I found that in U01 we have around 4 terabyte of free space. Okay, so U01 restore. Okay, and auxiliary destination U01 restore. Here I want to restore all the data files, temp files, control files, whatever this, because it should not touch my current data files, of course, right? So I'm giving this. You can use the ASM destination. Of course, it will never touch your current data files. Then what it will do, it will restore and it will recover till this point. It will recover till this point. Then it will bring up the database in read-only mode. Then what it will do, it will take the export. This command will do everything for you. It will take the export. Okay. So where I want to keep the dump file, in the same location I want to keep the dump file, data pipe destination. If you want to keep it in that different file, a different file system, different folder, you can give. When I am restoring, I don't want to touch my original table, because before I import, I want to see whether I got all the missing columns. So I want to restore it in as a different table called source underscore account. Hope you got it. Currently, my table name is account, which is in the custom schema. It is missing some columns. What I want to do, I want to restore this, but I don't want to import it directly. I want to import it in the same schema, custom, and I want to import it as a different table, sources underscore account. I will review this. If everything is fine, I will do the export of this table manually. I will import it here. If you are damn sure, you can remove this statement so that it will export, but it will import it here. But I would say, I would suggest for production environment, before importing, because you don't further damage your environment, right? So you review it. So hopefully you understood this command, recover table, very simple, of pluggable database. Until time, you should be aware of which time you are going to restore. Auxiliary destination, where you want to, because it is going to bring up one database. It is those who worked on table space point in time recovery, almost similar like table space point in time recovery, but they have automated so many things. Auxiliary destination, data pump destination, I want to import it in a different table. Okay, so this is the command you have to execute. Basically, you just need to sure about this one. Other than that, everything is straightforward. Then you have to make sure that this space you have some space. For example, we have 4.5 terabyte of database, so at least you should make sure that half, less than half, maybe 2 terabyte or 1.5 terabyte you should have, because it should restore, right? What is the advantage? In a traditional method, if you are going to restore, it is going to restore the complete 4.5 terabyte of database in a different server. Here, you are going to restore it in the same server. Also, you are not going to restore the entire database. You are going to restore, it will automatically find out what are all the mandatory table space, of course, system, sysocs, undo, it will restore. Then it will restore the table spaces which required for this custom data account. So you can tremendously reduce the recover time, and you can give the table to the customer. That is the main advantage. Then it will do several things automatically for you. Okay, so this is a command. Then from the log file, I have just cut and paste a big log file. So it started the recover. List of table spaces expected to have undo segments. Yes, system, sysocs. Okay, might be I didn't copy paste correctly. Sysocs, everything it will do. System, sysocs, and all your undo table spaces. Then what it is doing? It is creating one automatic instance with SID, some random characters. This time it is UTUX. When you do, it may be PXYZ. So it will bring up this instance using these parameters. DB unique name, automatically it is assigning, of course 8K. DB file, diagnostic desk. This diagnostic desk, it will create one folder for this temporary environment. So there it will place so many folders and alert log. So you have to make sure that you have another 10 GB for this binaries. That you have to make sure that, because it will allocate another 10 GB here. SGA target, it is just trying to bring up with 2 GB. DB create file desk, because I gave U01 restore, it is trying to restore U01 restore. Of course, it is a pluggable database. So Oracle instance started. Contents of, so it is going to restore till this time. So my instance is started. Once once this command is up, if you give ps-ef graph-ipmon, you will find one more pmon like UTUX. Okay. Contents of memory script, set until time. So it is trying to mount the database. It is trying to mount the database. Mounting the database completed. Then it is starting the restore from the object storage. Okay. So as part of the restore, set until time, it's some it's a big log file. I'm just whatever important to understand. What you should know the flow. Set new name for clone data file. What is this set new name for clone data file? Because it should not restore in the current data file. You should not touch the current data file. It should restore where it should restore U01 location, which I gave in the DB create file desk. So it is automatically giving set new name for clone data file. So it will find out this parameter. It will try to restore. It is restoring all my things in that location. Once the restore completed, but my control file is not aware of this new location. The control file is not aware of this U01 restore because my control file is aware of the original data file location. So it is automatically giving the switch command. What this switch command will do? It will update the control file with this data file names where it restored, starting the media recovery, applying all the archive log file till this time, then opening the database in read-only mode, bouncing the database for some reason, bringing up the database. Okay, so restoration, recovery completed, database is up. Now it is exporting the table. Which table it has to export? It has to export maybe I didn't copy that, right? So it has to export the table. Yeah, I didn't copy that fully. Yeah, somehow I missed that. It has to export which table? It has to export. What we gave. Where is the command? Yeah, it has to export this table, custom data count. It has to export the table. Then it has to import, right? Performing import of account, where it has to import, because remap table I have given already. You saw remap table I had given source account. I am telling you don't touch my existing table, let me verify, let me take the action manually. Okay, so it is importing into source underscore account. Okay, then the beauty is once the import is done, this table itself some 12 GB, this many 2 million records. Once the import is done, whatever data files it created under U01, it is automatically remove the data file, it will remove the instance, it will clean up everything. You need not do any cleanup activity. So my recovery is done. Now in the source table, if I say I could find one table called source data account, it took exactly for us 4.5 hours. It may increase or decrease based on your speed, your CPU, your shape in OCI. If you are having standard 2.16, maybe it may complete quickly, but in this case 2.8. If you are doing this in exa, it will just run like pretty fast, it will complete. So it depends on your environment. But in this case, otherwise it would have taken 30 to 35 hours. We could restore this one in 4.5 hours, I believe. Okay. Then what we did, so now the table is available. We confirmed that whatever we had, the missing table available here. Now the normal export, we have export the table. It's normal, every day you will do. Import, we are importing the table, but we are going to import it in a different table. So remap table, custom source account to account. That's a normal import table. Customer is happy, our work is done. Okay. So this is one of the feature in 12c. Whenever the situation demands, if you have enough space, if you have RMAN backup, instead of going for complete database recovery, very much you can use this feature and you can come out of your production issues like this. I'm sure in your DBA life, one day you are going to get this kind of issue. That time, definitely this will help you. Thank you.